Good Sunday morning. I'm Tametria Conner. Thanks for joining us for this Sunday special edition of WSFA 12 News Today in Alabama. We'll check your headlines in just a moment, but first, meteorologist Eric Snidel is tracking your morning forecast. And Eric, it has been a cold morning.
I'll tell you what, Tametria, cold is a word that we would use to describe maybe 40, 45 degrees in Alabama. This is just downright brutal this morning. What's the bet?
All right, well, thank you, Eric. Well, Montgomery firefighters responded to a fire this morning. It happened around 7 this morning at a vacant home in the 3700 block of Gaston Avenue, which is north of the boulevard. Fire officials say it was a serious fire, but luckily there are no reports of anyone being inside the home at the time of the fire. The cause is still under investigation. We will have more information as it becomes available. And this morning, police are investigating a crash that left one person in critical condition. It might not have been the impact that sent him there. It happened yesterday afternoon in the 3100 block of Baldwin Brook Drive. Somehow, a vehicle left the roadway and struck a utility pole. Police believe the driver suffered from a medical condition while driving, which caused the wreck. That driver is listed in critical condition at Baptist South Medical Center. And it's always a good idea to be on guard when it comes to a potential thief in your home, but even more so this morning for a particular area of Montgomery that's seen a string of burglaries lately. It's been happening along Butler Mill Road and Old Hayneville Road. An estimated value of $6,000 to $7,000 worth of equipment was stolen from the houses in that area. Merchandise includes TVs, laptops, guns, and other electronics and jewelry. The burglaries were forced entry through the back doors and occurred during the time when most people are at work. At this time, there are no suspects. Well, the music industry is in shock this morning following the death of pop superstar Whitney Houston. The iconic singer was found dead in a Beverly Hills hotel room yesterday afternoon on the eve of the music industry's biggest award show, the Grammys. NBC's Gina Kim has more on the life and legacy of one of the most well-known voices in the music world.
And
she was the undisputed queen of the charts through the 80s and 90s. She then reigned over the big screen and blockbuster hits like The Bodyguard. On Saturday afternoon, it was her bodyguard who found Whitney Houston dead in her Beverly Hills hotel room.
They found Miss Houston unresponsive in her hotel room. They attempted to start resuscitation measures. They were not successful, unfortunately.
Detectives who continued their investigation through the night say there are no indications it was a crime and say there are no obvious signs of drugs. It was drugs, alcohol, and a turbulent relationship with former husband Bobby Brown that turned her skyrocketing career into a downward spiral. But recently, she was attempting to revive her stardom with a new movie and album.
it did seem like Whitney Houston was trying to make a comeback of sorts. She had a very big movie role in Sparkle, and she was campaigning actively to get a seat on the X Factor judges table.
But in photos taken earlier this week, Houston again appeared disheveled and drowsy. Overnight, tributes sprang up across the country in her honor.
There'll never be another Whitney.
And at the Beverly Hilton, where Houston was to attend a star-studded pre-Grammy gala hosted by her mentor, Clive Davis, fellow artists mourned her loss.
That voice, oh my God, no one has ever come close to that voice.
The voice, you know, her voice, and just, we're very sad.
And I am personally devastated by the loss of someone who has meant so much to me for so many years.
Gina Kim, NBC News, Los Angeles.
There will be a special Dateline airing tonight at 6 with more on Whitney Houston's life and career right here on WSFA 12 News.
And that winner is Mitt Romney.
Well, the day after Mitt Romney wins Maine, he has momentum and now looks to the money race. His losing streak was broken last night, and now Romney turns his attention to extending the huge cash advantage he enjoys over his rivals. He won by a narrow margin. Some say this was a test after he lost earlier this week in Colorado, Minnesota, and Missouri.
Maine people were excited to cast their first vote against the Obama agenda. and our activists are excited to be working with our Republican presidential nominee to defeat Barack Obama in Maine. Maine people are tired of Obama's extreme agenda.
There won't be another election until Arizona and Michigan hold primaries at the end of the month. Well, One River Region University celebrates a milestone. We'll take you to Troy University to tell you about the school's accomplishment. Plus, the cold front came in and bit us with these low temperatures. How long will they stick around? Meteorologist Eric Snyder will let us know in his full forecast coming up right after this. Thank you, Eric. And Troy University is celebrating its 125th birthday. WSFA 12 News reporter Kim Smith was on hand for the ceremonies and has more. Troy also announced new additions to the Dothan campus, including a new academic building that will be constructed and named in the honor of James F. Coleman, who had a significant contribution. The project is expected to cost $7 million. And recycling is probably something you would do if it didn't take an extra effort. We'll tell you about an easier option in the near future for Montgomery residents. After this, when Today in Alabama Sunday edition continues. It's a nasty subject, but here are the hard facts. Montgomery residents generate about 130,000 tons of trash every year, and almost all of it could be recycled. Now the city is a step closer to making a return to recycling. WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Wells tells us how the city is close to signing a deal to do all the work for you.
Tametria, it's a cold one no matter how you look at it.
All right, well, thank you so much, Eric, and we appreciate you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 5 and 10. Have a good day.